The story here is the injury. As Jay Glazer, Fox NFL scooper of stories, reporting and telling us the Saints are fearing a significant ligament injury, damage to the ligament of Jameis Winston. He was carted off the field. And Sean Payton, while he didn't say that this is a season-ending injury, the way he talked to reporters made it certainly seem, he implied, as you parse the words, that this is it. Turn out the lights. The party's over for Jameis Winston this season. He told reporters that the injury was significant and that Payton said he cried when he saw Winston after the game. Now, everything pointing towards a season-ending injury in the Bayou. One, which will probably mean the Saints will pivot immediately back to Taysom Hill, depending on his availability here, and to Trevor Siemian, who was the third-string quarterback who was pushed into duty here in this game. And they have a lot of football to navigate through. We're only into week 8. They're going an extra game, extra week of action this season. So let us discuss the question. The Saints with the win, will New Orleans be able to overcome the loss of Jameis Winston? And I am nodding my head yes. I am nodding my head yes. I am Benny Brightside on this one. I've got remedial, NASCAR, and costume. And we will combine all of these things together, and we'll make some gumbo, which is not only the mascot of the Saints, it's also a fine local dish. So to lead off with, since New Orleans has run an offense pretty close to the vest all season long, this is not the kind of an injury that is going to derail the Saints. It's not. Now, I know there'll be a lot of doom and gloom and, oh my, it's going to change everything. It's going to screw everything up. But Sean Payton will not have to change the game plan. He won't. Taysom Hill, assuming he's back here, the backup plan before the season, it was neck and neck with Jameis Winston. So you pivot over to Taysom Hill, and maybe you mix it up a little bit. You have Siemian and Hill go back and forth. You bring in another quarterback there. Simeon's an underwhelming option. But either way, New Orleans goes here. Do not expect much to change. Now, why is that? It's one of the benefits of running a remedial game plan. You can still throw swing passes and bubble screens and throw a lot of passes behind the line of scrimmage. Mix it up with the ground and pound. Just throw those little dump-off passes to Alvin Kamara. That's not going to change at all. More of the same. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Now, furthermore, it sucks. I mean, it's bad for Winston. This was his opportunity, right? This is a chance of a lifetime. It's a brass ring opportunity, and now the brass ring has gone down the drain. And he was replacing a legend, an icon in New Orleans there, Drew Brees, surrounded by good players. This is the first chance as a professional quarterback, Jameis Winston, around good teammates on defense. I question the wide receivers, but Alvin Kamara is a stud on offense, and the offensive line rated among the better offensive lines in football. Good coaching staff. And now it's all over. It's na-na-na-na, hey, goodbye. But truth be told, Sean Payton never fully trusted Jameis Winston. We've already told you the remedial game plan that New Orleans went with this season, but the coach of the Saints, Sean Payton, while he gave Winston the keys to the Lamborghini, he said, you know what? We're going to take a page out of NASCAR's playbook here. You get to drive the Lamborghini, but we are going to put restrictor plates on for you so you can't go that fast, right? It's an old NASCAR trick, right? You put that little square-shaped piece of aluminum and you put with the 4 1-inch holes in it. You limit the speed. So that's what they did. And how do I know that? Of all the starting quarterbacks who hadn't been hurt coming into Week 8, hadn't missed games because of injury, Jameis Winston had the fewest pass attempts. The New Orleans passing attack was at the very bottom in pass attempts. And I'm talking about the rookie quarterbacks. Think of all these rookie quarterbacks that coaches don't trust. And Winston was even lower than all of them. So Sean Payton was like, we're not going to let you blow the game for us. I don't trust you. So I'm going to put a restrictor plate on how fast you can cruise with this offense. So when you do that and you change quarterbacks, you can run the same exact offense. You feel the same way about Taysom Hill. You feel the same way about Trevor Siemian. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's just the way that New Orleans has chose to approach this. Now, the last thing, let's pivot over to the Buccaneers. What the heck happened to Tom Brady? All right. Now, anytime you have a stinker, like Tom Brady has a stinker, he's like, well, you wonder. It's like, did something change? Is this age-related? Has Father Time finally caught up to Tom Brady? Now, until proven otherwise, you say this is just a one-off, it's just a bad game. And really, what has been the kryptonite for Tom Brady in Tampa, you know what the kryptonite has been for Tom Brady? That's right, the Saints. The Saints have been his undoing as a Buccaneer. Now, what is my evidence? The numbers. The numbers do not lie. Tom Brady, since he left the creature comforts of the New England Patriots and went below the Mason-Dixon line into Tampa, he has thrown 17 interceptions as a Buccaneer. 41%, almost 50% of Tom Brady's interceptions have come against New Orleans. So 7 of the 17 have come against one opponent. Now they play the Saints and Bucs play quite a bit, but on this particular day, a day that is going to be remembered because of the injury to Jameis Winston on Sunday, the GOAT celebrating the Halloween celebration, right? He's getting into the whole Halloween festivities and all that stuff. Tom Brady dressed up in a costume looking like jolly old Saint Nick. He was very generous in that costume. Very generous. Brady lost a fumble. Check. Brady threw not one but 2 interceptions, including the game ender there, the pick 6 there at the end. The Saints, cashing in those mistakes, scored 17 points off the generosity of jolly old Saint Nick, Tom Brady. 17 points cashed in off those turnovers. New Orleans offensively only scored 19 points without the help of the Saints, right? And without the help of Tom Brady. The Buccaneers, another sloppy performance. It didn't catch up to them last year. Will it catch up to them this year? Tampa had 11 penalties for 99 yards. They gave up not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 first downs were handed to the Saints because of penalties. But if you look at the NFC, it is stacked. AFC blows. AFC garbage. NFC loaded. And the Buccaneers are right in the middle of that. And so you say it doesn't matter as far as the division's concerned because Atlanta stinks and Carolina's garbage. And the Saints, even though they've got a nice record and all that, you don't really have the fear factor with New Orleans. But if you are the Buccaneers, you're looking down the line and you're looking around. You're like, okay, you lose a game here, you lose a game there, and you're talking about home field advantage. And the margins are very close. And you're going to have to go on the road. They got it done last year on the road. Is that going to happen again? Does it even matter? There's no home field advantage in the NFL this year, so maybe it doesn't matter and it's irrelevant, but it is a thing. If usually traditionally a warm weather team, a California team, a Florida team that goes into a cold weather situation doesn't always work out. Now the Bucs did go into Lambeau Field and beat the Packers, and the Packers seemingly always screw up. This era of Packer football, they F up in the NFC Championship game. Seems to be what they're really good at. They have mastered the art of screwing it up. All right, let's hear from some of the key participants in this game. We'll start out with Tom Brady. We're just talking about Tom Brady, and we mentioned jolly old St. Nick there, Tom, passing the ball around, giving the ball away at a rapid rate. Here is Tom Brady talking about puking up the football.
Tough to win that way when you turn the ball over like we did, so I got to not throw interceptions. That's the key.
Okay, Captain Obvious right there. Thank you. Wonderful. All right, here's more. How about Sean Payton? And Sean Payton already opening up the quarterback controversy in the Big Easy.
I think that's one of the challenges, Ed, in being the two. Like, it's not just week to week. It might be 2-3 years. And then are you ready in week 5 of your third? You know, that's pretty challenging.
Okay. You spin the bottle, right? Wherever the bottle stops, that's your quarterback. That's how it's going to work.